Hello, parents of Sonora High School students. My name is Andrew Hatfield, and I'm a math teacher here at Sonora High School. And this is my sixth year actually at Sonora High, and I'm really excited for a good year, even given the funky circumstances. I just wanted to take a couple minutes and talk about some things about the class, the structure. Things are very different than normal at this point. And so I just wanted to take some time to just go through my syllabus, which definitely is going to change when things with the school change. So, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up as to some of the things that we're going to be covering this year, some of my expectations, best ways to reach me, things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you so that you can see my syllabus. Okay, so at this point, this is the syllabus. The first thing I want to point out here is my email address. It is ahatfield@sonorahs.k12.ca.us. That is checked every single day, pretty much every hour of the school day, I would say. So that is definitely the quickest way to contact me. I will definitely answer any questions that you have or can address any concerns as well. You can call the office and leave a voicemail, but especially from some days I work at home, some days I'm working at the school. That might not be the quickest way to get to me. So definitely use this email address right here, and I'll get back to you very, very quickly with that. The website for our textbook is right here as well. I'm going to show you guys in a little bit all the resources that this textbook has. And so I will show you guys how to log on to that and all of those things in just a little bit. Your student also should have a hard copy of the textbook. It's green, called Integrated Math 1. They should have gotten that from the library. If they don't, please make sure to contact me and I will help you guys get one. Some of the keys to success is just to keep up a good and positive attitude, especially during these times. Attitude is really everything. Just stay positive through it all and we'll get through it. Do the assigned work to the best of your ability using all the resources provided. Again, I'll share those resources with you later, as well as how to check, what things are due and when and all that. Assignments given introduce new material and review the old. It is important that you work through the entire assignment. Communication is going to be really, really key during this time. So asking questions when you don't know or if you're unsure is really important that the students do that at this time. What you guys need daily: pencils with erasers for doing work, colored pens for corrections. Highlighters are also recommended. When we take our structured notes and things like that, there might be things I want them to highlight. Those are good things to have. Definitely have a separate 3-ring binder for this class only. It doesn't need to be huge. 1 or 1.5 inches is fine, but definitely needs to be a separate binder. Regular lined binder paper is really, really key. And also for at home, a scientific calculator. You can get these at Walmart for like $12 to $15. You don't spend any more than that. Some of the graphing calculators and things like that, if your student is planning to go on to calculus, might be a good purchase. They're roughly, I think, $100 at this point. But for this class alone, a scientific calculator is just fine. Class procedures. What does a typical day look like? The first thing is we go through the weekly schedule. Every single week, students will get a weekly schedule outlining upcoming assignments, tests, quizzes, pretty much everything that's going on. And in order for me to know that they understand those expectations and what's happening, they have to click Mark as done on Google Classroom once they've read and understood what's being expected. If they have any questions regarding the weekly schedule, they can type them in the comments there and get their questions answered. And then once they've gotten those, they'll click mark as done. The lecture, classes are short. Classes are 40 minutes long with a 10-minute break in between. And that's a really short period of time to go through a typical amount of math material. And so lectures, there will be a review of previous information and presentation of new, but I'm going to try and keep those as short as possible, so that, you know, we can start our homework a little bit earlier. After this, in many cases, you'll have time to begin the day's assignment. A couple different ways that I do that are book problems. They'll have homework problems out of the book that they'll do. They'll do on a regular piece of paper, and then they can take a picture of it with their phone or with their Chromebook or something like that, and submit it to Google Classroom that way. I also do some assignments from Get More Math, which is an online program that they have their logins for. Quizzes is also something that I'm utilizing a lot. It's called quizzes.com. And it's basically just an online, it's kind of like a math game that has questions and multiple choice answers. And I'll assign those from time to time as well. And then Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle is it's basically embedded questions within a video. And sometimes I'll assign those as well. Absences, if you're absent, it's your responsibility to get the work that you missed. Check out the weekly schedule. That's huge. That's one of the biggest reasons why I do this, is for absences. And so if you're absent, if you're going to be absent on a Thursday, you know what's happening on that Thursday. Okay. And so if they need any sort of assistance with that, to make sure to get it beforehand. You'll have the number of days you were absent to make up the work that you missed. If you're absent the day of a test, we'll figure that out. Just reach out to me, okay? Normally, in a regular school setting, I would, give you the test when you return. But at this point, it's a little bit different. So just reach out to me, and we'll make it work. We'll figure it out. Assignments. The assignments in this class give you valuable practice that's essential for mastering the skills. Unless otherwise stated, assignments are typically due the next day they were assigned. So if I assign something today, it's due tomorrow. If I assign something on Friday, it's due on Monday. And they're worth 2 points each. That's important. Late work. At this point, assignments are... I don't want late work to be an issue. Normally, in a normal school setting, I don't accept late work. But at this point, I understand that internet plays a big role in being able to turn in assignments on time. And so I'm going to be pretty flexible with that at this point. However, when we do return to school, I won't be accepting late work at that point. Test dates will always be posted prior to the test. Again, those weekly schedules are going to be really key here. And I would like to do frequent quizzes instead of giving like one big test. Participation is huge during this time. 2 ways that can happen are either turning on the microphone and asking the question, or answering a question. Either way. And then also in the chat on the right-hand side of Google Meet, they'll be able to type answers or type questions that way as well. Grading scale is really typical. That's there for you. One of the biggest changes here in my syllabus for this time is that grades are calculated based on a point system for distance learning. Normally, my grades are not like that. That includes assessments, which is any test, quiz, final exam, and also work, which are like warm-ups or assignments, participation, performance tasks. Those will all be weighted point-wise. And so if you look into areas in the gradebook, you'll see how that works. Classroom behavior expectations, just really, really fast. Be on time, that's huge. Being a couple minutes early to sign in is really important. If you are there early, you won't miss anything that I have to say. It's kind of a weird thing where, we don't have official bells or anything like that ringing in your house. But maybe set a timer on your phone or an alarm on your phone, so that you can be there on time every single day. Because those first couple minutes of class, sometimes I'm saying, important things that you need to understand and you need to hear. So I might do that. Respect yourself and others. Do not distract from anyone's ability to learn. Disrespect of any kind towards anyone will not be tolerated, period. Again, the no food, drink, or gum kind of thing, that's for a normal classroom setting. But for this, again, that's fine. Cell phones, I want cell phones away while we are in, while we're in class, unless we're working on something individually. And I will tell you when that is, and then you can have those things out. A note to parents and guardians, that's you. It says, my goal as a math teacher is not only to help your children gain mathematical skills to prepare for college and or future careers, but to foster their development into responsible critical thinkers who have integrity. Please support me in fostering these skills by checking in with your child. Ask them what they learned that day in math, and share with them how you use math in your daily life. In addition, help them to develop an after-school routine that involves completing their math assignments daily. Please check in with me if you ever have any questions or concerns. Again, email is the best way. And thank you for giving me the honor of working with your child this year. What I want to do really fast is share with you guys some of the tools that we have available to us with this curriculum. So if you type in bigideasmath.com, this login page will come up, and you're going to click login with Clever. This will just open up the textbook resources. And I just clicked on the ebook, the Student Dynamic ebook. And I just want to show you some things that are available to students in here, because it's really, really cool. Okay, so for example, let's say that we're working on this section here, which is 1.2. We actually did this last week. Let's say we're working with solving a two-step equation right here, okay? And the student is reading this and they still don't understand how to do it. What you can do is you can click this little button right here, okay? And it says, I think it says tutorial underneath it. But anyway, if you click it, a video will come up and talk you through.
Solve 15 equals 1 and 5/10
how to do it.
Plus 3. Check your solution. Divided by 1 and 5/10 is 8, and 1 and 5/10.
Really, really cool. It's a great resource for students. I would definitely have them check that out. There's Spanish, English glossaries, and all sorts of resources in here. So we did a scavenger hunt activity where they explored most of this stuff as well. One more thing I want to show you quickly is the Google Classroom. This right here is where the Google Meet code will be for every single class period. It's the same one every time. Just click on that and it takes them right to it. They're pretty good at that at this point. But I want to show you how the Google Classroom is segmented. So I do it by weeks. And let's say this week, for example, is week 5. And this is what the weekly schedule looks like. And it's like this for every single week. They'll go in and it shows Monday through Friday what we're doing and what their assignment is, if they have an assignment. It's really self-explanatory and a great way for students to understand what's going on, especially if they miss a class period. That is pretty much it. Again, if you have any questions whatsoever throughout this entire process, please email me. That's the best way. And the most quick way that I'll get back to you. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. It's going to be a great year. Thanks.